Welcome back to Crafty Creations. Today's video features 2 fall flower designs from past Facebook Lives that have been revised and edited into easy to follow tutorials. I hope you enjoy these fall flower designs. Let's get crafting! Thank you all for joining me. We're doing the large flower board, and these are the petals. So I'll show you how I folded the petals. This is brown burlap I'm using. It's like a chocolate brown. So this is the way I folded the petal. 10 by 10 cut piece, turn it into a diamond, curve side up. Take this edge and put it down over here. Okay, flatten that out a little bit. And then I'll take this and put it on the other end. And I'll just scrunch right here in the middle. And I'll just swoop over these soldiers on this side. I don't know what to call them. The flaps. So here's the petal. Okay. Alright, this is how I usually measure to cut. So I put these side by side and look at them, and then like look at where I should cut it. So I'm just trying to be, so they'll all look the same when I put them on the board. Just gonna go ahead and there's 2 ways you can put this petal in, this way or this way. But I am gonna put it in this way. Okay. Alright. 32 of the brown petals, 32, and then I'm just going to slip them in there, and got a thumb's width in there again, as always. Look at how that looks right there. Is that pretty? Maybe I should turn up the... Okay. So we just begin just anywhere. Same thing. About a thumb's width in there. We did row 2 and 3, right? So this is row 2, 3, row 4 we're doing now. So we need 16 of the plaid, right? 16. Row 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's get to it. So I'm just wondering now if we need all of the 16 because these are a little tight in there. They're overlapping each other a little bit. Could have made them skinnier, but I like it. Okay, I almost put it the wrong way. Ooh, I like this. It's very so pretty. Like there's a those off. What am I doing wrong? Look at this. So all of that is in there. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Ooh. So do we need to add the 4th row? I don't think so. Ooh, look at that. And let's stand up and see. Because I don't want to see any board or any zip ties. And it's looking good. All right, so I'm just gonna put the center in there now. We don't need the, I'm not putting anything on the 5th row because it doesn't need it. A hanging zip tie. We're doing a flower. I'm not sure what this petal is called, but I think it's the feather petal. That's what we'll be using. Oops, sorry friends. Okay, that's what we'll be using, putting on there and all that. So, but I have to prepare my flower center here first. I'll show you how I do that. So I'll grab a pipe cleaner. So this is an orange 7-inch flower center. I'm just going to cut these down. These are 2-inch pins. As you can see, just pins. So I'm just going to cut those down because they're too long and they'll puncture all the way through once I add the pipe cleaner on it. Which I'm going to show you what I do with my centers here. Okay. Now get a little felt. I'm going to find the middle. I'm just going to, melt that foam and add some glue in there. And I'll add the pipe cleaner in there for extra hold. And I'll do that. And I'll grab these pins here. The reason why I cut these down is I don't want the pins to come in through the front here. So I'm just going to angle them at a slant like that. And I'm going to glue that. Those on, put glue on there. some more glue, and we'll add this on top of it for extra security. Everybody was awesome. And voila, we have a center all prepped up. Let the glue dry a little bit, put it aside. And next up, we're going to be, again, we're working on the Unique and the Creek large board. So I did prep up all the board right here with zip ties. I used all the holes. I skipped one, oops, and yeah, I skipped one right here. So 32 zip ties on row 2. So we need 32 petals for the second row. So that's what it looks like with everything in it. So row 2 has all the zip ties. Row 3, I didn't use the regular holes, but I used the serred holes, in the ones that are in twos all the way around on the third row. And the fourth row, I'm going to be using the wider holes, not the regular ones, but the wider holes. So this way my petals will lay right, as you will see here. Okay, so how did I fold the petal? I'll show you. Let me show you how. So I cut this mess with a rotary cutter because I did not heat seal it. We don't need to, as all the edges will be hidden inside, so that's why I didn't heat seal it. So look at this petal right here, and there's another one here. So you notice the lines, the blue line is going like that. So you need to be consistent with your petals. So I'm putting my manufactured edge on my right side and my top left. Always the same. I'll show you why here. So I fold it like that, and now I'm just going to grab this and fold it over here. You get like a triangle shape right there. This is where I stretch this out. You don't need to, but I do. And you find the middle for this part, and the edges here, and you find that middle and you scrunch right there. And the same thing, middle and this edge, find the middle and you scrunch. Push these together, get that shape. And I'll grab this end and push it against it again, that shape. And I'll grab this end and I'll push it against the middle, and you get that petal. Okay, so right here is, you can mold your petal up like this to get that little look, like a little, I don't know, like a little hill. I don't know what that is to say. Okay, so that's one. When you fold, I'll fold another one here and I'll show you an example. And I put the manufactured edge up here on my top right and my bottom left. Now I'm going to fold it. You see the look, it'll be different now. Okay, so you notice the lines are going this way now, but this one is going up and down. So you need to be consistent with your petals when you use a striped mess like that, because that's not going to look right to you once you add it into the board. I just found this out. I didn't know about this, but I just found out. So when I fold it with my manufactured edge at the bottom, bottom right, top left, that's how I'm folding all the petals now. So it's going to look different. Okay. You notice the line, the blue line is going like that, in straight, not in a curve. You see what I'm getting at, friends? So next time you do a petal like this, you remember that. So that's the feather petal again, I think it's called. I'm not that sure, so I'll fold one more here. This one, it doesn't matter because it doesn't have any stripes. But that's how I folded that one. So in a triangle shape like that, I can stretch it out here if you can, not here, but here. You can stretch it out here. You can also do that and push that in there. And same petal. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. So I'm just gonna cut those tails off and we'll slip them into the board, and you can start adding them. I'll start adding them into the board. Alrighty. There's a lot of zip ties in there. So I'm just making sure I'm grabbing all the folded parts into the zip tie so it won't come undone. That's what that looks like so far. Isn't that pretty? That's pretty. Okay, let's add the blue in there now. these stripes and striped mess and all that until I saw a picture on the Unique Wreath Creators where all the lines were perfectly going. Hers was going in a curve like this. I can't remember who it was, but I thought, wow, I didn't know about that. So I thought about that when I wanted to do this one. I remembered. And then these would be in the middle.